Class. Hello, Mr. Lewis. This is Alberto Montes for Java 1, and today I'm going to go over our final project, a connected application. So basically, we were tasked with creating a dynamic URL that would make an asynchronous call to a remote API, return some JSON data, parse, and populate an advanced view to show the user. So here's what I came up with. I used Wallpaper Abyss. You see I have some error handling. If we hit a button with nothing there, invalid. Put a wrong number, invalid. So let's hit something valid here. No network connection. I didn't mean to show you guys that, but you can see that it works. Okay, so now I believe we're connected. Now that we're connected, yep, we get our progress dialog, indeterminate, and we get the 2 points of our JSON data, which is an image and a category of the wallpaper. And then you can pick any number 1 through 10 and get that page. Populating my grid view was pretty tough until I downloaded the Picasso library, the dependencies. These pictures would flicker anytime anything besides the screen being static happened. If the keyboard came up, they would flicker. If the keyboard went down, they would flicker. If you pressed this button, they would flicker. If you scrolled, they would flicker. So I found out I was grabbing the wrong URL. I was grabbing full-size wallpapers and squishing them into 120 by 120 DP views here. And I noticed the garbage collector was going nuts down here, scrambling to grab any memory it could, and it was just going nuts, making my screen go insane. So I ended up getting the right URL and fixing that, and also, like I said before, the Picasso library to cache those pictures. So real quickly, the code, main activity. Basically, this is where we set our base URL, get the user's input, a lot of error handling, concatenate that input to the base URL, encoded properly. Every time we press our enter button, we're checking for connectivity, and this here separate class. Once we have our URL, there's no errors, pass it over to our async task, and we go through the proper callbacks in order, which ultimately brings us to onPost execute, where we parse our data, collect the data we need while we're parsing, and populate our grid view. The only other Java files I have is my adapter, custom adapter for my grid view, and my wallpaper for my custom class with my getters. I also used a custom layout for my grid and a couple dependencies like Apache, Picasso, and there was a JSON one in there somewhere. I forget which one it is though, but all in all, this was a super hard project. In retrospect though, it looks really simple. I learned a lot. I'm glad these 4 weeks are over, and I'll see everyone next week in Java 2. Bye bye.